Hello, beautiful specimen, and welcome back to my channel, or to my channel. I am here with Em and Ray, and the look that we're going to be doing today will be put up on screen right here. I don't remember where I found it offhand. I don't know if I screenshotted it on Instagram or anything, but if I know who did it, I will tag them. That's the word I'm looking for. But anyways, let's get into it.
Am I the a-hole for telling my sister... telling my sister to back off my boyfriend. I, 27M, have been dating my boyfriend Jake, 29M, for about a year now. He's kind, funny, and honestly, the best relationship I've had. My family has always been supportive of me being gay, and my sister Emma, 24F, has been my biggest cheerleader. At least I thought she was. Lately, Emma has been acting weird.
Directly in my hair. Sorry.
Acting weird around Jake. At first, I brushed it off as her just being friendly, but then she started making comments like, "If only you were straight. Jake, I totally steal you." Or, "Ugh, all the good guys are either taken or gay." I laughed it off at first, but then she started getting really flirty, touching his arms when talking, playfully shoving him, even outright calling him handsome, and saying things like, "Are you sure my brother is the right one for you?" Jake, to his credit, shut her down every time. He's always polite but firm, telling her he's happy with me and that he's very much into men. But Emma just giggles and says, "Well, sexuality is a spectrum, right?" Last weekend, we were at a family barbecue and Emma was glued to Jake. She kept finding excuses to pull him away to talk and was even feeding him bites of her food. That was my breaking point. I pulled her aside and told her she needed to seriously back off. I told her it was inappropriate, disrespectful, and just plain weird. She got defensive and said she just was joking around and that I was being insecure. Then she dropped the bombshell. I don't know, maybe if Jake had met me first, things would have been different. I saw red. I told her she was embarrassing herself and making Jake uncomfortable. She stormed off, and later my mom called me saying I overreacted and should apologize because Emma was just being playful. Jake is 100% on my side, but now the whole family's saying I should have just let it go. Am I the a-hole?
No, if you're making someone uncomfortable, stop. Stop what you're doing. That's the polite and correct thing to do. It's to just... I don't know. It's just weird. Let people be themselves.
That story's weird.
Want to hear the funny part? The next story. Am I the a-hole for telling my wife her homophobic family cannot stay with us? Back to back. My wife and I have been together for 2.5 years. Her family is very conservative and homophobic and have been so for entirely too long, in my opinion, when they have a gay daughter. This territory is nothing new to them. She came out to them when she was 18. She is 31. She has an ex-wife that she was married to for 8 years, and they have a son together. It's truly shocking how close-minded they still are into her lifestyle. They've always been pretty cold towards me when we were dating. It was so obvious how differently her straight sisters and their straight relationships were treated. This has always bothered me, but they live about 3 hours away, so I'm able to keep my distance and them out of my mind for the most part. My wife has accepted the way they are, just how it is, and she thinks it's worth just letting things be in order to keep any kind of relationship with them. This dynamic has always bothered me, but things really came to a head last fall when one of her sisters got married. Her entire family was so involved with every part of the process. It was obviously such a big deal, and they were all super excited at the wedding. My fiance at the time was a bridesmaid in the wedding party. I was sat with the rest of the family who did not acknowledge me, talk to me, interact with me at all the entire time. They truly acted as if they had no idea who I was. Meanwhile, they were fawning over the straight daughter and her marriage, while I'm sitting here knowing I'm planning to marry their gay daughter in the next few months. It made me really sad and angry. I drew a line. I told my fiance at the time that the way they acted like I was a ghost was the last straw. That if they want to act like I don't exist, they are also dead to me. Fast forward to now, we are married, eloped thanks to the scariness of the administration. My wife informs me that her dad and her stepmom want to come visit in a couple weeks. They have never Everyone wants to visit us and are coming because my wife's son will be on spring break. Apparently they are planning to stay with us too. I got upset and told my wife I don't want them in the house. I hate being disrespectful when I've done nothing but try my best to be part of the family, and I've gotten rejected over and over again. I thought that would come around, but the dynamic was almost worse once we were engaged. I don't know what to do. There's no way my wife would tell them they can't come, and she's never been willing to have a conversation with them about this. I just can't imagine being forced to host them. Am I the a-hole?
No. You have a right to be uncomfortable with certain people. Keep your eye closed because it's still drying. You have the right to be uncomfortable with whoever you want to be uncomfortable with, or whoever makes you uncomfortable. That's life, really. I mean, you can't really force things upon people, whether it be them to like you, or them to accept you, or you can't force your wife to tell them no. You can have a discussion with her, which is what I'd recommend. But that's about all you can do in that situation. As unfortunate and difficult as it is, as is life. Like,
You're another comment?
yeah.
Okay. Am I the a-hole for wanting an apology from husband to daughter? I could use it in another perspective. Over Christmas Eve, my 45 F husband, M55, daughter, F22, humiliated me at his family Christmas. She was standoffish most of the evening. She proceeded to get drunk. She's also taking antidepressants. Never good mix. And in front of his family made a scene of sobbing, crying about how I'm mean to her, how I favor our other daughter-in-law, how she gets left out of conversations, how her dad doesn't call because I won't let him, which is not true, how she lost her job, now she doesn't know what to do with her life. My husband was blindsided and didn't know what to do and let her go on for several minutes. It was about 30 minutes. Other members of the family were trying to ignore the scene and have the conversations of their own. This is the second Christmas in a row that she has done this, drunk and blaming me. After we got home, I expressed that I was upset for being vilified without cause. My husband didn't want to talk about it because he was emotionally spent. I asked him several times after to please talk with her. I was worried about her because you really shouldn't mix antidepressants and alcohol. She needs to get a handle on dealing with things more constructively. The embarrassment of it all, and for lying about how I treat her in front of the family. In late January, he finally has a private dinner with her. He said he yelled at her and asked her to change her behavior. She said that she is just reacting to how poorly I treat her. I reiterated to my husband all the things I do to support her. He agreed, but I am unclear if those points were reiterated to her. Sometimes I feel like him being the communication gatekeeper is on purpose. Fast forward to last night, my husband wants to invite her and his other son to dinner. I said that sounds good, but respectfully, I don't want to go. I cannot handle being around someone who does such mean things to me. The Christmases is just one example of the purposefully hurtful behavior. He should have the dinner and I'll hang out with one of my friends. He immediately got angry. He said if I loved him, I would just wash under the bridge. 4 months have gone by and I need to get over it. It's only a few hours. He understands that she did awful things, but I need to get over it. I have made an attempt to contact her, so why would she try to contact me? I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know why I have to issue an apology. I try to explain that my feelings are hurt. I am hurt because she says mean and untrue things about me. I am hurt because he is prioritizing and enabling the behavior at my expense. He does not see any of this. I believe he feels okay because he got an apology at the dinner good enough. I'm at a disadvantage because he gets defensive and cold. I am not asking him not love his daughter. I am asking him to help her grow and mature. I have asked him to ask her to apologize to me. He refuses and has said that if I can't handle a 2-hour dinner, then we should get divorced. I am so hurt. I don't know how to process this, and I just feel like an apology would go a long way. Am I the a-hole for not getting over this?
Are you the a-hole for wanting an apology? No. However, I do feel like there is information that has been omitted from this story. So I don't feel like I can give accurate information because, I mean, we only have one side and we have one person saying that they are cruel. However, there are many people that say that they are not cruel when they are. So...
some people don't realize what you're doing to someone is cruel to them.
Mm-hmm.
But in your eyes, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, for instance, being spanked. Nowadays, people see that as being cruel. But growing up, like when we were growing up, that was discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with my dad. That was discipline for him. But nowadays, it's being cruel.
Nowadays, it's abuse.
Am I the butt face for not picking up my girlfriend? Not going to pick up my girlfriend up from a night out. English. So my 23M girlfriend, 22F, of 10 months went on a work night out since she's leaving the company and they wanted to send her off. I wished them well and I thought I would get an early night since me and her had planned to meet up the next day at her place. It's probably
nice
important
not to have that tape under my eyes.
It's probably important to mention since we're both at college and have no savings at the moment. She lives with her parents and I live with my parents. Later in the night, she asked me if I could pick her up from the night out and make sure she got home safe. I don't drive and don't have a car. I told her since I was planning on going to bed early anyway, and since it would take me getting a bus and walking for half an hour to get her and then back home again, that I probably wouldn't be able to meet up at that far. But that I would pay for an Uber to get her home. She got really mad at me, saying that if you cared, you'd come pick me up at the guilt trip. You'd come pick me up. She ended up getting an Uber back to her mom's place, and then messaged me saying, clearly I don't matter that much to you, otherwise you'd be here. And I just wanted to see my boyfriend and know you care about me getting home safe, but clearly you don't. I told her that I do care about her safety and about her, which is why I offered the Uber. But I just wasn't able to pick her up. I also mentioned how we were meeting up the day after, so why did she need to see me that night? She finished off by saying, whatever, I don't know why it's such a big thing, good night. I don't know, obviously I love her and want her to be safe, but this is questioning whether I should have gone to get her. Am I the butt face?
I mean, you're gonna make your own choices. I would have gone and got her, but that's also just me.
Okay, if you had to pay for a bus and you had to walk by yourself home.
I mean, I don't know why.
He doesn't drive and he doesn't have a car.
No, I get that. You can put that mask around. I don't know why she was like wanting him to pick her up if she knows that he doesn't drive. I don't know.
Am I the butt face for not letting my friend crash at my place after they burned bridges everywhere else? So here's the deal. I have this friend, we'll call them Alex, who has a habit of pushing people away.
You
They've
might
had
have
falling
to fix them.
They've had falling out with roommates, co-workers, even their own family, and every time it's never their fault, according to them.
Completely right, because there's clumps in this line.
A few days ago, Alex hit me up saying they needed a place to crash for a little while because things weren't working out at their last place. When I asked for details, it was the same story. They were toxic, they didn't respect me, I had to stand up for myself, etc. But at some point, if you're the common denominator in every bad situation, I don't know, man. I felt bad, but I told Alex I couldn't do it. I just know it wouldn't be temporarily, and I don't want to deal with drama in my own space. They got upset and said I was being a fake friend for turning my back on them when they needed help. Now I feel kind of guilty, but at the same time, I don't think it's my responsibility to take on their problems, especially when I know how it would likely end. So I'm at the butt face for saying no. Should I have given them a chance, or was I right to set a boundary?
TLDR.
TLDR is Alex is a problem person according to OP because everywhere they go they burn bridges, saying the same stuff, different story every single time. So is the OP the bad person for not letting them crash at their place for however long they needed it?
I mean, it's hard letting anyone stay anywhere for very long. And I don't know. Roommates are difficult in general, in any way, shape, or form. And if you don't... I know. And if you don't know the person well, it makes it harder. or like you don't fully get along, or like you have other problems with them, it does make it a lot harder.
Yeah.
But it's just a matter of
It doesn't
your
say,
comfort level.
They don't know the person well. It's just saying like roommates, coworkers, family all have turned them away.
Okay, however, just because you think you know someone does not mean you know them.
Yes,
They're
I
a
know.
completely different person once you live with them. Not necessarily completely different, but you can see who they really are.
You can see all the bad habits.
Yeah. So it really just depends on your level of comfortability, and that's pretty much it. That doesn't make you an a-hole. That doesn't make anyone an a-hole. If you're not comfortable with it, you're not comfortable with it.
And
Simple
it's
as
your place,
that.
It doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm. All right, and this is the finished look. Coming a little closer.
Oh, my bangs are not fitting.
Just coming closer.
My bangs kind of cover it.
Just a wee bit.
Let me know what you think down in the comments below. And I will see you all next time. Bye!